Hi guys, welcome back to Cernys Kids. We're going to do a virtual road trip to West Virginia today.
All right. If you don't have it,
go to CernysJourneys.com and
print off your map. We have a link on our homepage. You can also follow our blog, which is there. You can either follow along or you can create your own journeys. All right, guys, let's find West Virginia.
right here.
That's right. So the borders are Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, and Kentucky. West Virginia was the 35th state to join the United States in 1863. The capital and biggest city is Charleston. So we've got some good stuff to talk about today. One of the things I wanted to start talking to you about was coal. So do you guys know what coal is?
Yeah, Santa gives it to you if you'll be bad.
Santa gives it to you. Do you think he gives?
It's true.
Okay, all right. So let me tell you a little bit about coal. 15% of the coal production, more than any U.S. state, actually comes from West Virginia. Do you think that's where Santa gets his coal?
Yeah.
He does? Do you think he goes into one of those mines that we looked at?
Yeah.
I bet he just took off his suit and then he just put on another construction worker suit and then he snuck in there and got some coal.
Did he? That's funny. All right, so let's talk about coal. Coal is combustible and it's black. Sometimes it's a brownish black, and it's made from sedimentary rock. And so it's mostly carbon. However, so we're going to talk about
Carbon dioxide?
Carbon dioxide. No, we're going to talk a little bit about the elements. Carbon is one of them, and that's what coal is mostly. However, it's got some little slight elements of hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen, and nitrogen. So just a few other little things. And it's formed from dead plants matter. So, and it gets really, from heat and pressure, that's what creates it. And so, and it takes millions of years to create coal. So, you know what coal is used for? It's used as a fossil fuel. So it's used to create energy and heat.
Fire.
Fire, yeah.
So you could do a barbecue.
Oh, that's charcoal. So maybe
Charcoal.
something like that. So it's basically used for electricity and heat and energy. So they used to use it in trains and stuff like that. And people used to use it for heat to heat their houses and stuff too. So
for light?
I probably more for heating purposes, but maybe, I don't know. So West Virginia actually in 1742 it was discovered in Boone County in West Virginia by a guy by the name of Peter Saley, I think is how they say his name. And so actually coal is found in 43 of the 55 counties in West Virginia. So it's all over the place. And so few things about coal. There is an exhibition coal mine that's in Beckley, and you can actually go into rides in the mine. We actually watched one of a YouTube video today on taking a ride into the mine. And it was kind of cool. What did you learn from that? Do you remember?
There was a little car.
There was a car.
It's called a mine cart.
A mine cart. And it took them 20 minutes to get down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And is it a safe job? No, it's a very dangerous job. And is it bright out or is it dark?
Dark. Way dark.
Way dark, because there's no sun down there in the coals. So it's actually...
How could they see then?
They have those headlights, remember? The headlights.
Yeah.
So it's actually a really dangerous job. So people need to be very careful when they're coal miners. So another thing is about West Virginia is it's called the coal house. And the coal house is actually built out of, sorry, I'm pulling it up, the Tug Valley Chamber of Commerce now uses the coal house as their visitor bureau. And it was actually built out of 65 tons of coal. Can you imagine? 65 tons of coal, that's a lot of coal. It's about 1,600 square feet, the house. And at the time of construction in 1993, it was the only house that was constructed completely out of coal. And because of that, in 1988, or 1980, I'm sorry, the coal house was placed on the National Register of Historic Homes. So kind of cool. So if you go to Tug Valley in West Virginia, you can visit the coal house. All right, next we're gonna move along to the new River Gorge National Park. Why do we love this?
It's a national park.
It's a national park and we love our national parks. So it became designated a national park in 1978. And so
we were born.
yeah. You're not supposed to tell everybody that. 1998. I was born in 1998. Actually, your daddy's been there. So, kind of cool. So, one of the top sites is the new River Gorge Bridge. And it's a steel arch bridge. And the cool thing about this bridge in particular is that it is 3,030 feet long. And it goes over the river. And the thing about it is it's the longest single arch bridge in the Western Hemisphere. And it is the third longest bridge in the world. So kind of a cool fact.
What's the largest?
You know, I didn't look at which the largest one was, but we can do that afterwards. And so it's also the third highest bridge in the U.S. and the 13th highest in the world. So, kind of a cool bridge, right?
There was a lot of threes in there.
It'd be scary. Yeah, there was a lot of threes in it. It'd be kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I would want to bungee jump off that bridge. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
I don't think you're allowed to, so don't try it. But another.
1 day a year.
Oh, 1 day a year. I'm being told 1 day a year they
It's
allow.
called Bridge Day.
It's called Bridge Day, and they do allow bungee jumping 1 day a year. I'm not signing up for that. Just saying.
And they base jump too.
Okay, well we're just not going to do that.
I want to do what?
Well, maybe when you get a little older and you can make your own decisions, you can do it.
They close the bridge off.
Okay. Anyways, so there's other things that you can do in the national park: climbing, biking, hiking. People go and bird watch, of course, camping, but also whitewater rafting. They do whitewater rafting a lot in the river too. And in fact, they've got some really crazy rapids that you can actually find anything from a grade 1 to, I think it's 5 is how they grade it. Again,
Class 5.
class 5. I'm being told class 5. So either way, kind of scary. Don't know if I'm in for that either.
What?
Well, I'd probably do like a class 1, which is like the lowest. Because
Class Diario?
I do a class 0. It's more like kayaking. I'm into that. All right, so our last stop in West Virginia is the Greenbrier, I think is how you say it, Greenbrier, and it is a luxury hotel. And so this has quite a history, not just as a hotel, but the cool thing about this place is not the hotel really. It is the bunker. Did we talk about the bunker?
Yeah.
We did.
It used to be an underground bunker, but now it's a hotel.
Well, so the hotel has been there for years, and they decided to add on to the hotel, but at that time it was during the Cold War. So the Cold War, we talked about it before, was the U.S. versus the USSR, which is Russia, from 1947 to 1991. And due to all of the nuclear talks that were going on at that point in the late 1950s, President Eisenhower decided we needed to have a place that the legislative branch of the government could go and be secure if there was ever a nuclear attack. And so they created this place called the bunker. And the bunker actually was known as Project Greek Island. And so they had in there, remember how big was that door? It was a big steel door. It was like, oh, I don't remember what they said. It was a huge big door. Anyways, you could go and actually tour this. So we actually watched a video on a tour of the bunker. And so they kept it up for 30 years. So people could go, like, they didn't, it was classified for 30 years. Up until 1992, when the Washington Post wrote an article, actually it was 1991, they wrote an article about the bunker, and then they decided to declassify it because it was no longer secret. And so it's actually really cool. You can go and do a virtual tour of that, and we did. So I think it's quite interesting. Just another side fact on the hotel, though, 26 of the U.S. presidents have stayed at the Greenbrier. And so it's kind of notable. So, what do you guys think of our road trip to West Virginia? Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Make sure that you guys
Like and subscribe. Thumbs up. Bye.
see you later. Bye.